Well, back to the news that broke overnight that stunned all of us. Country singer Toby Keith has died at the age of 62.
Yeah, a statement on his official X account, said that he passed peacefully last night. He had been diagnosed with stomach cancer. Country music radio host Ramblin Ray is with us to talk more about it. Ray, thank you for waking up with us. We appreciate it. Know that you knew Toby Keith, and we wanted to chat with you this morning about it. Tracy's here too, by the way.
Yeah, and you know what, buddy? I know that you're feeling really emotional about this morning, and for good reason, because you hung out with this guy.
Yeah, you know, it was something because I knew something was wrong. Your phone starts going off at the crazy times of the night. You check your phone to make sure your family's okay, and then I heard it was Toby, and he meant so much to the city of Chicago. We did so many cool things with him, and he was such a nice guy. And I think if there's one thing I want people that are watching this morning to remember is Toby was more than courtesy of the red, white, and blue, and more than his chest-pounding American songs, although that was really a good time for him, and it sold a lot of records. He never identified as political. You didn't know if he was a Democrat or Republican. This guy went on more USO tours to support our men and women in uniform, I think, than Bob Hope did. And that's what I'll remember about him. I'll remember his friendship. He was a nice guy. He was never too big of a star for you. And man, I'll tell you, this news hit me hard. ABC7 and Tracy Butler broke this to me this morning, and man, I'm having a hard time with it.
I know. You said that it was going to be everything for you to have to get through this interview. And you know what? As a country music fan, I think that's what struck me and what I loved about Toby Keith so much is his support for service members. But you know what? The other thing I loved about him, he was a comedian to me, especially when you watch some of his music videos and, Beer for My Horses with Willie Nelson. I mean, like the stories he would tell through his music, I just think are so impactful, right?
You know, I want to share two stories if I can real quick. One, Toby Keith shut down Michigan Avenue in Chicago. Back when we used to have record stores before everything was downloadable on your phone, we had them at the Virgin Record Store downtown Chicago. Every news outlet was there. We shut down Michigan Avenue. That's how big of a star he was in the late 90s and early 2000s. We had a blast. We had a concert on Michigan Avenue and at the Virgin Record Store. But one other story, which I think tells you about how this guy was and what a man and a good man he was. Merle Haggard was playing his last concert, which was to be his last concert at the Mandalay Bay in Las Vegas, and he had pneumonia, and he was sick. But it was a big payday for the band. They wanted to play this show, and Merle didn't want to cancel. He knew he couldn't make it through the show. Somehow, some way, some reason, Toby was in town with his family, and he was at the venue, and Merle asked Toby, he said, "Do you know any of my songs?" And Toby said, "Yeah, I know them all." And Merle said, "You know them all?" And he goes, "I know them all." And Merle got through 4 or 5 of those songs and said, "Hey, I've got to bring in a special guest." And Toby came in and finished Merle's final show for him. And that just speaks to the character that this guy was. There's going to be a lot of people that think, he was just a flag-waving, red-blooded American, country singer. He was more than that. And if I can suggest one song today to listen to that kind of encompasses what Toby is to me, listen to Upstairs Downtown. It's about a father letting his daughter go off to school and family and the things that we all go through. And that's what I think about when I think of Toby.
Ray, thank you so much. Again, I know this was kind of tough for you to do this morning. We appreciate you sharing your stories. I mean, you are always a special guest star when it comes to us here at ABC7 too, and I hope you know that, buddy.
Well, please, you know what you mean to me, and Val, I'm still waiting for the call to co-host with you, so let me know.
I was just waiting, Ramblin Ray, for like 2 seconds to get in here before you checked out to say, I still want you to co-host with me. I think it's a scheduling thing because you were at the top of my list.
I love you guys. You're a Chicago institution. I appreciate being able to talk about an old friend.
Yeah, it's so nice to have you this morning. Yeah. Really good to see you, too.
And you look good this early in the morning.
You sure do look good, right? Ray, you still there?
Oh, I'm still here.
Oh, okay. What? And when
The
NASCAR comes,
hearing is the first thing that goes.
oh, okay, yeah. And when NASCAR comes back around, we got to get together, buddy, and do that whole thing again too. We're looking forward to that.
You know, we need to get Chicago to embrace that race. This is a good thing for the city. The city has so much going against it right now. Embrace NASCAR. It's a good story.
I agree with you on that one.
All
Not gonna
right.
lie. Yeah.
Ramblin'
All
Ray.
right, Ray.
Love
All right,
you,
we'll catch you
buddy.
soon. Thank you. Appreciate it.
Watch breaking news on YouTube. Subscribe to ABC7 Chicago Eyewitness News.